is week 15 assessment day 1. Pretty much review number 1, you guys. So we're going to talk about this one. Now, for all you guys have to do is add the two polynomials together. So you pretty much just drop down everything below, you guys. Just drop everything down. Keep all the signs, and then you guys just combine like terms. 5x squared plus 3x squared, 8x to the second power. 8x minus x is 7x, and negative 10 minus 12 is negative 22. So just make sure you guys combine like terms correctly and go from highest degree to lowest. Try to always get it in standard form, okay? For this one, you guys, there's a negative sign in between the parentheses, so you distribute the minus sign to all. So all of these signs, right? 8 changes to negative 8, 5, negative 5, negative 3, positive 3, right? And then this one, you guys just drop everything down. So you guys have this, and then you guys just combine like terms. The x to the third, so negative 2 plus 3 is positive x to the third. Look at your guys' second degree. This is the only second degree. So just drop that down. And then for your x terms, you guys, x minus 5x is negative 4x, and 8 minus 8 is 0. So that's what we would get. This one, these are multiplying together, you guys. You guys got to do a double distribution. So we have 5n times 5n for 25n squared. 5n times negative 5, negative 25n. 6 times 5n, 30n. And 6 times negative 5, negative 30. And then combine these two like terms, you guys. So negative 25 plus 30 is 5n, and everything else you just drop down. Okay? And then this one, same thing. You guys just do a double distribution, but it's 3 terms now. 7k times k squared, 7k to the third. 7k times negative 2k, negative 14k squared. 7k times 7, 49k. Now, negative 3 times k squared, you guys. I just put it down here so that, you can combine like terms here, you guys. So negative 14 minus 3, negative 17. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6k. And then negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. So just combine like terms, you guys, and you should have gotten this as your answer. Okay, right here. So degree, you guys, the highest degree is 2, so that's an even number, right? For the leading coefficient, the leading coefficient, which is always attached to the highest degree, is 5, and that's positive. So if you guys take a look at this chart over here, we have positive even, which means your arrows are going to go up, up. Positive, even, up, up. Now this, you guys, this is to describe your end behavior. As x approaches infinity, which means your x value, guys, are increasing, which means look to your right. On the right-hand side, you guys, what's your arrow doing? It's increasing. So that means f of x is going up. It's approaching infinity. As x approaches negative infinity, you guys, that's to the left-hand side, which is our left arrow. What's our left arrow doing? It's going up. So f of x is going to approach positive infinity. This line is describing the right-hand side. This line is describing what the left-hand side is doing, okay? This one, highest degree is 3, so 3, odd. The leading coefficient is negative 7, and that's clearly negative. So negative odd, you guys, is this one. So it's up on the left-hand side and right on the down. So as x approaches infinity, look on the right-hand side. It's going down, approaching negative infinity. As x approaching negative infinity, you guys, the left-hand side, what's the left arrow doing? It's going up. So f of x approaches positive infinity. Highest degree is 7. That's odd. Leading coefficient is negative 2. That's negative. Negative odd, again, up, down. So right-hand side, it's going down, so negative infinity. Left-hand side, you guys, it's going up, so positive infinity. Now this one's a little tricky, you guys. Everyone look. The highest degree is 4. So 4 is your guys' highest degree, so that's even. And the coefficient attached to this 4, you guys, is 7. So it's positive. Positive even is up and up. So as you guys look at the right-hand side, the right arrow is going up, positive infinity. As it's going to the left, f of x is going up on the left-hand side. Okay, so in order to find your guys' highest degree, you guys just add all these degrees together. 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. That's odd. And the leading coefficient is -2, which makes it negative. So this is your guys' end behavior. Up and then down. Now, find all your guys' zeros. X equals 0 here. X equals to 2 here. X equals 7 there. And x is equal to -1. So for all these degrees of 1s, right? It has a multiplicity of 1, which is a cross. Anytime you guys have degree of 1, that is a cross. But this multiplicity, you guys, is 2, so that means it's a bounce. So up, left-hand side up, right side down because of this. So as you guys go along the curve, at -1, it's a cross. So cross, bring it back up to go to the next 0. At x equals 0, you guys, it's a bounce. So bounce off of it, curve it to go to the next 0, which is at 2, which is another cross. And at x equals 7, you guys, it's a cross. And that's how you guys graph. Here, look at all your guys' degrees, you guys, to get the highest degree. So 1 plus 3 plus 1, that's 5. And 5 is an odd number, and your guys' leading coefficient doesn't explicitly say, but there's a 1 in the front, so leading coefficient is 1, and it's positive. So down on the left-hand side and up on the right. This is stuff you guys just have to memorize. Zeros, x equals to 2, x equals -2, and x equals -6. Those are all your guys' zeros. You plot them all down. So since it's degree of 1s, that's where you guys will get crosses. If it's degree of 3, you guys, that's a slide because it's an odd degree of an odd degree, you guys, besides 1 is a slide. Even degrees, it's bounce, and a degree of 1 is cross. So start on the left. At -6, you guys are going to get a cross. At x equals to -2, that's where you guys get a slide. So slide right through it. And then curve it to get to the next 0 at x equals 2, you guys, it's a cross. Now this one's interesting, you guys, because, well, first of all, it's in standard form, you guys, right? Highest degree to lowest. So our highest degree is 5, that's odd. Our leading coefficient is 1, that's positive. So positive odd looks like this, down and then up. Now to graph this, you guys, you need to factor this. Factor out an x to the third, do x method with this trinomial, you guys, and you guys should have gotten x plus 6 times x minus 3. Now, for this one, when x is equals to 0, that's a slide because it has a degree of 3. Both of these are crosses because they're both degree of 1s at x equals -6 and x equals 3. Plot them all down. At x equals -6, it's a cross, so go right through it. Curve it to get to the next 0. At x equals 0, you guys, though, it's a slide. And then at x equals 3, it's a cross. Same thing for the next one. You guys have to, well, this is in standard form, so highest degree is 8, that's even, and the coefficient's 1, that's positive, up, up. Factor out everything. You need to have factored form, you guys, in order to graph. You can factor out x to the 6th power to get x squared minus 4x minus 12. Factor using x method, -6 and 2, so then we get x minus 6 and x plus 2. Both of these have degree as 1, so crosses. This has degree of 6, which is an even degree, which is a bounce. X equals 0, this one x equals 6, and this one x equals -2. So plot them. So as you guys graph at -2, it's a cross, so go through it. At x equals 0, bounce off of it. And then at x equals 6, it's a cross. Okay. For this one, this is your guys' typical a is equals to 1 factoring. This is 1 right here, so guys, just do your x method. What two things multiply to 40, but when added gives you guys -13, that's -5 and -8. And those are the two side numbers we can use for our factors. This one, you can factor out a 2 from each term to get this, and then factor out this, you guys. What two things multiply to -54, but when added gives you 3, 9, and -6. So 2 times n plus 9, and minus 6. Now this is a bit different, you guys, because first of all, a times c up top, 2 times negative 9, negative 18, 3 on the bottom. Two numbers are 6 and negative 3. Now because your a value is greater than 1, you guys got to factor this by grouping. First term, the two middle terms, and your last term. Group, factor out a 2n from here, factor out a negative 3 from there, 2n minus 3, and n plus 3. And same thing for this one. A times c, 5 times 9 is 45, negative 18 on bottom. Two numbers are negative 15 and negative 3. So because a is greater than 1, you guys, 5 is bigger than 1, we got to factor by grouping. 5x squared, these two are middle terms, negative 15x minus 3x, and our last term plus 9. Factor out a 5x from here, factor out a negative 3 from there, 5x minus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, our last couple of problems. Okay, so this type of factoring, you guys, remember, it's a squared minus b squared. They're both square rootable, and that equals to this factoring, right? So what times what is 9x squared? 3x times 3x. What times what is 16y squared? It's 4y times 4y. So 3x times 3x, 4y minus 4y, and it's a minus sign, so you guys factor it by difference of squares. This one, again, square root both of them. Square root of 49x squared, 7x. So 7x times 7x, and the square root of 25y squared, 5y times 5y, plus and minus. And then lastly, sum and difference of cubes. This is where you guys use SOAP, right? Same sign, opposite sign, always positive. So take the cube root of this, you guys. So what times what times what? What times what times what is a to the third? That's a. What times what times what is 125? That's 5. So then follow the formula. A plus b, so a plus 5, a squared, negative ab, that's negative 5 times b times a, which is negative 5a, and b squared, you guys, 5 squared, that's 25. And same thing for this one over here. Same sign. This just helps you to remember it. Opposite, always positive. Cube root of this, what times what is x to the third? X. What times what is 64? 4. And then plug these into here, you guys. X minus 4, because that's a minus b. X to the second power, a times b, 4 times x is 4x, and b squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. So hopefully this is a nice review, guys, for go over. Just keep on practicing and try to do this without looking at your notes too, right? To the best of your guys' ability. All right. Oh, man. Good luck, everybody. Peace.